Okay, this is lesson 3, life in the region of Central Asia, the Caucasus, and Siberian Russia. Hannah, please read.
Okay. More than half of Siberians live in cities and towns, and most are near the Trans-Siberian Railroad. A few small cities and many towns also exist along rivers and Siberia's eastern coast. Siberia's population is mainly Russian. However, there are also Mongols and Turkic groups, as well as other indigenous peoples.
Okay, wait, Hannah.
In
Let me point
okay.
out this. Number one, what I want from here, that most Siberian live in cities and town near the train, the railroad, or the Siberian railroad. Why? It make it easy for them to move, and at the same time, it's a very important way of transportation, and it makes them easy to trade. So they can work in trade, and also it's an easy one to transport with it. This is number one. We said that many people, mainly or most of the population, are Russians, but we also have Turkic groups and Mongols and other indigenous group. Hannah, continue.
In Kazakhstan, most Russians and many Kazakhs live in Almaty, the capital. About 40% of the country's people live in rural areas. Turkmenistan is evenly divided between city and rural dwellers. Most people live along the Amudarya and Osis areas to the south. And Osis is a green area by water source in a dry region. Most Turkomans live in villages while most Russians live in the capital, Ashgabat and other cities. In Uzbekistan, most people live in the eastern half of the country. Almost two-thirds live in rural areas. In Kyrgyzstan, less than 40% of the people live in cities and towns. Tajikistan is mostly rural, but the country's mountainous terrain causes its settled areas to be densely populated.
Thank you,
Central
Hannah.
Asian.
Okay,
Okay.
Hannah. Okay, who can continue? But after I explain this part, please prepare yourself. We said that in Kazakhstan, mostly they are Russians. Okay, this is number one. About 40% of the country's people live in rural areas. In Turkmenistan, it is evenly divided. Yani some of them are living in rurals and some of them are living in, in urban areas. Okay, we said that most people live near the river, the Amudarya River. Why there are oases. What's meant by an oasis? Who can define oasis? Who can define oasis? Yes, yeah, Judy. Go ahead.
It's a fertile area that rises in a desert wherever water is regularly available.
Yes, thank you very much. Also in Uzbekistan, most people live in eastern half of the country. Why? They are living in rural areas. Okay, we said the rest of the country has many mountains, so they cannot be having or settling down in these areas. Who can continue reading? Central Asian countries. Yes, ya Ahmed. Rashwan.
Central Asian countries have a variety of ethnicities, as shown in the table below. Kazakhstan, 66% ethnic Kazakhs, 25% Russians. Turkmenistan, 75% ethnic Turkmens, 10% Russians. Uzbekistan, Uzbeks, Russians, and Kazakhs. Kyrgyzstan, 66% Kyrgyz. The rest are Uzbeks and Russians. Tajikistan, 80% Tajiks. The rest are Uzbeks.
Thank you, Ahmed.
The
So here,
Caucasus.
wait a minute, Ahmed, wait. So here there is a comparison between the country and the ethnicity, and you're going to be knowing the most or the common ethnic group that live in each country. The Stan brother, we're going to memorize them, okay? Continue, Yarim. Thank you, Ahmed. The Caucasus region.
The Caucasus region is evenly divided between urban and rural dwellers. In Armenia, about two-thirds of the people live in cities and towns, with the arid plain being the most heavily populated region. Most people in Armenia are ethnic Armenians.
Wait a minute, Yarim. So here in the Caucasus region, it is also divided evenly between urban and rural. We said that we have most people in Armenia living in the Aral plain, and Armenia's most common ethnic group are Armenians. Continue, Georgia's.
Georgia's Black Sea coast is densely populated, and one of every 4 Georgians live in the capital of Tbilisi. Georgia has many minorities, mainly Armenians and others. There are also 50 smaller ethnic groups. Azerbaijan's most densely populated area is around the capital of the Caspian Sea. The most populated rural area is in the southeast. Most of its people are ethnic Azeris.
Okay, here also we said that in Georgia, Georgia's Black Sea coast is densely populated, and one of every 4 Georgians live in the capital city. Why? You will find better job, better life, better job opportunities, better transportation. That's better economic activities. That's why they would prefer to live in the city. Okay, but in Azerbaijan, most densely populated area around the capital, which has on the Caspian Sea. So you'll find in these two areas, most people live near the sea. Why they are living near the sea? They will be finding better transportation and better way of life. Okay, Maya, continue. Next page.
In Siberia, the main language is Russian. Russian is also the official language in Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, along with the language of the along with the language of each country's ethnic majority. In the most Armenians and each country's most Armenians and Georgians speak the language of their country's ethnic majority. Most Azerbaijanis speak their ethnic minority language as well. The various religions practiced in countries of this region reflect its history of conquest by Arab, Chinese, and Russian empires.
So mainly you'll find most people in the area are speaking Russian. Russia is the official language there. But you'll find also that they are speaking the ethnic group or the ethnic group language. But not in every country. Some of them are speaking their ethnic group, minority ethnic group language as well. Here, who can read the table who represent the country and the religion? Ali, go ahead.
Siberia, Russian Orthodox Christianity, Buddhist and Muslim minorities. Kazakhstan, 50% Christian and 50% Muslim. Armenia, mostly Christian. Azerbaijan, mostly Muslim. Georgia, mostly Christian, significant Muslim minority. Remaining countries of Central Asia, 75 to 90% Muslim, remainder Christian.
Thank you very much, Ali. So here, as you can see, you'll find that every area has its own unique religion, but mostly you'll find that they are mostly whether Christian, Muslims, they have minorities of significant Muslims in some area and minorities of Buddhism and other religion. Let's move to compare to the rest of the Caucasus. Armenians are Judy.
Yes. Compared to the rest of Caucasus, Armenians are homogeneous or the same kind. Recently, Armenians and the Azeris have been fighting over a region with an Armenian majority. This is part of other nation. In 1992.
Wait a minute,
yes.
Judy. So here you'll find that most of them are Armenian, but there is a minority. That's why they are fighting over the land. Continue her in 1992.
In 1992 and 2008, ethnic minority groups in Georgia revolted, seeking independence. Russia sent troops to help the rebels. The Russians withdrew, however, and the tension continued to be. In Central Asia, Soviet rule led to civil war.
Okay, wait a minute here, Judy. So here, these are the challenges that face people in that live in the area. Number one, minorities are fighting over land. Okay. Number two, you'll find that after the Soviet Union, there were led to civil war. So number one, minority were fighting over land. Armenian minority were fighting over land. This is number one or the first challenge. Number two, you'll find that most people after Russia withdrew, there were tensions, and in Central Asia, Soviet rule led to civil war. Okay, number three, who can continue? Adam Guayed. Adam Guayed. If I call someone and he's not here, he will be absent. Adam, quiet. Okay, he's not here. Adam. Adam, quiet. Okay. Lujina, read.
Most Kazakhs live in
Lujina, we can't hear you. Luigi, we can't hear you. Please mute and unmute again. Okay, someone send her a message because she can't hear us.